again because I actually think I put something stupid in there. Right, give me 2 secs. Hold on.
Nice.
There we go. There we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Heroes Lounge Podcast, episode 4?
4, I think it
It's
is.
4. Who's here? What are we doing? Jabroni. Hold on, let me just pull this up again. There we go. And let me get to the right bit. There we go. Okay, so I have with us today German caster and harasser, Nera.
Hey guys, what's up?
Whoa, you were well quiet there. I'm going to pull you up again a little bit, sorting volumes.
Are you going to introduce him again then?
Yeah, okay, so we have the German caster and harasser, Nera. There we go.
Hey guys, what's up?
Jesus, that's so loud.
Okay, we're good, we're good. It is all good. I am just nothing but professional when it comes to everything. Right, okay, and we have, to my left, the original debater and gyrator, Jabroni. There we go. And as our guest this week, we have Galnegunnar, who is
Hello guys.
our Swedish
Hello, yeah.
caster. And are you play in Gaming in the Rhythm?
That is correct.
And
You can dance in the rhythm as well, I saw that.
can you? Have you seen him
No,
dance?
no.
Oh.
My
I can't-
dancing skills is pretty low.
We
I
didn't
must say.
even give him a good introduction. We didn't give him anything rhymes.
Well,
There is no one funner than Galnegunnar.
Hey,
There you
there we
go.
go. That's what we're after. That's what we're after. Because of course that seat's normally for the most depressed, but best dressed. Fictional, but he's on hiatus for a few weeks. And last week we had the guy who was kindest of them all, caster, coordinator, heartless. And I'm your host this week, Halloween, and this is the show where 4 guys get around and we have a chat. What do you mean boo? What do you mean boo?
I was Nera.
Oh right, okay, we can't control him, I guess. This is where 4 guys get around and we talk about Heroes of the Storm, and most importantly, what's going on in the largest European amateur league, which is Heroes Lounge. And this week we also have a guest who will be featuring later on, who is Buds from Team 8 from the North American pro circuit. So that'll be cool.
Nice butts, guys.
Nice Buds, guys. Nice. Right. Okay. So
Nice foots.
so what I'm going to do is get us moved into our first feature, which is the Halo News.
Hello News.
I love that transition. That's it off. There we go. Okay, so the Halo News is where we talk about what's been happening. And the first thing that we need to go over is which heroes and maps are banned this week. Is there any changes in the Heroes Lounge? Anyone? Does anyone know?
I do know, and there is no map bans according to the website as of right now, and there's no hero bans and no known bugs, no nothing.
What?
Which
no
is
known bugs?
which is a sign
That's
of the
pretty good.
times. I think honestly, I think that's a sign of the times, and it's really good because, well, I say sorry, there's no hero bans. There will be one hero ban, which is Cassia, because she's such a new character. She won't be available for play this week.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
and
you go.
Do we know which week she'll be available?
I don't even know what week it is.
I think
man.
next week.
Yeah, I think next week too.
Okay, well there you go. Viewers, audience, if you'd like to use Cassia, let us know. Also, by the way, you can get in
She's
touch.
so good.
Always, I like to remind people of this. Remember to tweet with hashtag HotsLounge, and it'll appear in the feed. As you can see up there, we've got my message about Teammate being this week on the podcast, which is cool. Okay, so what were you saying about ETC there? Something about Crowdsurfer?
Yeah, it was just it was more that I'd heard rumblings that there was a bug that that one of his talents, I think it was Crowdsurfer, could stop his trait from going off, but it doesn't look like it's an official bug. It's not been picked up, and it doesn't stop. I guess the only person it's affecting is you, so he's still he's still allowed in Heroes Lounge this week.
Still allowed in Heroes Lounge this week.
Good reiteration. Thank you very much, Halloween.
There we go. I'm just going to keep turning things up because I'm worried that people are quiet.
Not that you're getting an advantage of using ETC, so I
So-
guess it's not gonna be banned.
So that was my
I
second
agree.
bit of news. There was, which we kind of already flew past, was Cassia is now live. She's available. We talked about her last week in the podcast about what she would bring to the table. Do we have any changing thoughts on her quickly? Whilst now that she's available for play, we're seeing her in quick match. We're seeing her literally out in the world. Is she everything you thought she would be, Nera?
I think like I don't see her too often, to be honest, which is kind of like an I don't really
Surprising.
know why. Yeah, it's not. It's not. I think it's kind of surprising. I thought she did so well on the PTR that I kind of expected her to be more seen. But sometimes she can really hard carry this game. But I think like players are really just don't want to first pick her because she has some good counters and stun, crowd control stuff is very very good in like Hero League anyways. So basically that's maybe why we don't see her too often yet.
I just
Yeah,
saw your tweet there, Nera. Thanks very much. So I just had to do a quick costume change halfway through that. No, but you're totally right though, because see when any new hero comes out in Heroes of the Storm, for the first 2 weeks, easily every single game on both sides in quick match is that hero. I mean, you see it.
Yeah, remember that Valera released? Like everyone was banning her or picking her like crazy, and that was not really amusing. But,
It was baby rage for you, was it, Nera?
Everyone was
Oh,
leading with her
Oh yes.
and
so
destroying my
annoying.
HL games.
But what you're saying is Cassia this week, and that's not the case.
No, not really. So I think she is in a really good place right now. She has some counters, but she's also countering some heroes too. So I think she is in a good spot. But I guess people need to get used to her a little bit more, and we will see her maybe in the future.
Okay.
What about Galnegunnar?
Galnegunnar,
Uh,
what's your thoughts?
I think the meta at the moment doesn't really favor Cassia because the meta at the moment is like heavy CC with Mouth, ETC, and Artist. So it's really hard to like use her trait effectively. When you move, you get the physical armor. So and that's like you want to pick her versus A, but when there's so many tanks and supports that have card control, it's really hard to play her.
Yeah, indeed.
So, and that brings us to our next bit of news. ETC in a recent balance patch has controversially been nerfed.
You are ruining my
And,
cred, bro.
You know, that's not great.
It's upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't happy with it. Have you guys played with him? Have you guys had him in your team? What's your thoughts on the new ETC or ECT if you're Heartless?
Yeah, that's what Heartless calls him all the time. We keep trying to tell him to correct it, but
Not gonna
Go first,
happen.
Nera.
Yeah, I think like I was chatting about that topic with our main tank, and he said like, to be honest, this is a buff for him because he has now for himself a little bit more control over his hero, and the attack speed bonus is just only used on Battlefield of Eternity kinda wise really effectively, but still, yeah, it is a nerf. But I think like in the way you can play him right now, he's got a little bit more tanky in some ways, as you can try to use his spells in a more correctly way or a more differently way. So I think he is in a good spot right now because he had some adjustments to his kit. So he is not too tanky by himself anymore because of the HP reducement. But I think like if you can use his abilities properly in a way where you really get benefits of the armor, you can just actually tank even more because it requires now more skill to actually play him correctly, I think.
ooh, so people that are complaining are bad players. There we go.
Okay, there you go. You heard
In
it here
summary,
first.
in summary, that's what Nera's saying. Okay.
But
Sorry.
I mean, so I mean, like, a lot of people, like you said, probably welcome this change as well because there has been a lot of shifting of the tanks where you pick a Nubarak to counter mages and this such, but ETC was always just a strong pick, and I think people have always said this, that if you released ETC now or like last patch, everyone would be crying that he needed nerfed because he would be overpowered because he did everything before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just go on what Nera's tank's saying then, I guess. Have you seen him, Galnegunnar?
Yeah, definitely. Like, the nerf was kind of needed, I think. Like, he was first pick material, so now I think he's not first pick material anymore, but he's still really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And like the nerf on the 7th talent, Echo Pedal, it's like you don't really pick it anymore. You usually pick a pinball wizard now. It's basically just the same thing when you clear. You just slide instead, and then you W, and you clear the wave anyway. Because you can't use Echo Pedal on PvP anymore because it's really, really, really bad.
Yeah. So you get so it's just it's opening up another talent by removing another one, basically.
Okay. So that's our brief.
Well, do
synopsis.
you have an opinion on him?
Well, you see, when it comes to tanks, there's 3 tanks. Well, there used to be 3 tanks. It was Johanna, Muradin, and ETC, and they all served slightly different purposes. But you had to play those power 3, and we're now seeing a resurgence, which we discussed extensively last week with Arthas coming back in and things. So I think it's only natural as the game grows older that balance patches start to create an evolution where tanks are now, it's more flexible. You do so. ETC used to be, as Galnegunnar says, the obvious first pick or first ban every single game, bar none, on any map. It didn't matter. He was just so powerful, and so now I think the game as a whole is healthier by having a better balance, and that's my personal take on it. But I don't play tank like that, so
I think I get what you're saying. That's what Breeze did say in one of in the interview we did with him. He said he doesn't like playing ETC. He just has to because he was the priority pick. He likes a Nubrak and he likes other tanks. So
yeah, he said that if he could, he'd always play Nubrak. But the previous week before that, when we were interviewing Quacknix, he said he would never let Breeze play a Nubrak. So it was funny.
But I did hear a stat that Valera has almost the exact same base health or more than ETC currently does have.
What?
Yeah, I've heard that. But he's got his armor and shit, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah, so she would take more damage, so she needs the health, because she's got no armor, really.
But she ain't a tank.
Yeah, but so the health's moot. Anyway.
Not really armor, indeed.
So, moving on, because I got to keep us moving on.
Swiftly.
We're flying through this. But, right, that was... Oh, yeah, hang on.
Oh my god!
Right, there's not enough room to do. What did I drop? I didn't drop anything.
Everywhere.
I was trying to dab. I think that's what I was trying to do. There you go. There we go. No, stop putting the It's gonna be so embarrassing when this goes up. Anyway, so it's letters for the sign, which is up there. Like you're sliding me off topic here. The next thing to discuss was the weekly brawl. What brawl is it this week, guys?
It's again the Asmodank one.
Asmostanks, Asmodunk.
I like that. I like Asmodank. That's
Asmodank.
Dank.
He is dank. Yeah, boy. Well, so the obvious question is, what is our thoughts on Blizzard doing popular brawls 2 weeks in a row? For or against?
I like it, especially this brawl is just super, super amazingly fun. But I think I think it will come down to a time when they really have no clue on what brawl they should actually do for the next week, and I think that will be hitting us very, very soon, because there's so much things you could actually do, but it's like you can't. What I really dislike is like you can't play like the brawls from the other weeks in like a custom match or stuff like that, and I think they should add something like that maybe, because I don't know. I just feel like you can't really have like all these cool things locked behind timely wall. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about any of you guys, but I don't play the brawls that much as well. Like I'll play them for the gold, and if they take ages, then I tell a lie. I like playing the all random all mid ones. I'll play them like a couple of times, but like this one, it seemed to go on for so long. And you knew that there weren't people who'd ever played Asmodan before in your team, and you're just like this is kind of getting annoying. So I didn't even really know that it was on again this week, because I didn't even go near it. I haven't touched it. I did the 2 games and that was it. Like
I love it though. Do you know what? It's probably, I think we said it before, but it's my favourite favorite brawl. It is just
That's because you've got like 1,000 games on Asmodan. Of course, it's going to be your favorite brawl.
I love him. He's the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah. So you're what? That sounds like you're not a brawl fan generally, then.
No, I don't know. I like them. I do like them. But then there are ones that drag on. There's people who complain because you get. I've never had it, but if you search for too long, you get a heap of AIs in your team, and it's meant to be like just god awful. Like imagine playing the 20-minute Bloodlust brawl with 4 AIs.
Oof.
You'd just hate yourself. So maybe just do a good week like Asmodan, then do an all random all mid, then do another week like the Nova one, then do all random all mid, but keep it so we get a nice juicy Silver City or what was it, Braxis Outpost.
Oh, this was so cool, the Braxis one. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Your 2
And
cents.
I think those maps should actually, of course, be just custom games available. I think that should be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
so
Silver City is something that I honestly think would see competitive play if it could, because like as an all random all mids like Clash of the Titans 5-on-5, there is no better map than that. I mean, when I remember playing game after game after game with you, Nera, at New Year's Eve, because it was so fun.
Oh, that was so good. It was so fun.
Everyone was having a great time, and there was far too much alcohol consumed, but we just couldn't bring ourselves away from Silver City.
And I didn't drink anything, and I was like, "Oh my god, what am I doing with this old people? You have completely drunk in this chat."
You were trying to teach me how to say trouser snake in German.
Oh yeah,
Do you know it? Can you remember it?
Hosenschlange, right?
There we go. Oh my gosh. Well, welcome to Heroes Lounge Podcast, episode 4. Remember to subscribe, watch us, and if you're watching us on YouTube, remember to follow on YouTube for more entertaining German language educational samples like that. You need to follow. But yeah, so that's right. So feedback is it's okay to do a good brawl if it's a good brawl, because people that enjoy brawl will come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't come back to it because you don't like the brawl.
I don't like the brawl too much.
Okay.
I liked it, but it gets stale.
Yeah. So, have you got anything to add to that, Galnegunnar?
I'm kind of like Jabroni. Like, I don't really play the brawl much. I just played for the gold, but I really like this Asmodan one. It's really fun.
Okay then. So this takes us moving on to there is loot box changes that have been announced for Heroes 2.0.
Mm-hmm. You guys seen all that? Because everyone was up in arms. There was a Reddit Q&A from Blizzard, and they were like, "Well, we'll give it a week." Jesus, what's going on with your mic?
I just hit myself in the face with the mic. Sorry.
Yeah, they smartly were like, we'll do a Q&A in a week, and it gave them enough time to come out with this retroactive rewards for veteran players that makes everybody happy, because everyone was crying that they were only gonna get 75 loot crates. I think is that and
Nera, you spoke about this for us last week. Was it 75 was the capped amount of
70?
70. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70.
So now, it's better for veteran players, because I think that was the other thing you saw, that people were like, well, I don't really want to play. If I play any more and level up heroes, I'm not going to get the same advantage. So I just kind of want to sit out till 2.0. But now they've introduced this. I think you can get your hero-specific loot boxes by leveling up your heroes past level 10, like, because it happens every 10 levels or something. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, because I should pretend that I do know. But if anybody else has any comments, are you happy?
Yeah, I think it's a good change, and I really like that change. It's a healthy one, especially for all the veteran players. And I'm really looking forward now even more to Heroes 2.0.
Can't wait to open them loot boxes.
Yeah.
Oh yes! Opening stream incoming.
So what's your thoughts on that? Are you guys buying skins, buying heroes now with your gold? Are you going to wait so you can re-roll your loot boxes to try and get the better skins, the better heroes, the better?
I'm waiting with my goal at the moment. Like, I have 60k saved up, I think. It's pretty. Yeah, but about the loot boxes, I don't really care as much for loot boxes. Like, if I want a skin, I just buy it, like,
with
for a
money,
hero.
with real money.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Like the Kerrigan skin released today.
Which one? Which one?
Oh,
The Kerrigan chili, the skin released today in Europe tomorrow, I guess.
Oh my god,
You
I
up
love
for
that.
this, cowboy?
like tomorrow it should be, or
Yeah, I think
it
it's.
should be tomorrow for NA
US for
and
today.
Thursday for us.
So,
No, I think it's today for NA.
so when people are watching this,
I don't know.
yes is the answer. It's available.
It's available.
Yeah, it's available obviously already when you watch this. Yes.
Did you guys catch any of the Heroes of the Dorm broadcasting?
It wasn't streamed, right? Because Facebook is no streaming site. So sorry, didn't see that.
I watched a little bit, like I watched the semis, like the last match, and I watched the first game of the final, but then I missed the rest of the games.
Same. I didn't know it was on. But I should be winning my stim packs because I saw Bakery tweeted about it, being like you can back a team and every game they win you get a day's worth of stim pack. So I just did the team he said he was backing, and I think I've got a few days of stim packs coming now. What?
Yeah, what?
That's nice.
Bakery
But
packs. That's what you got.
But
there.
the whole thing about Heroes of the Dorm is why Blizzard, why Facebook?
I think that's because it was
It's
broadcasting
like
issues.
you
wasn't it?
had this amazing production value, same like HEC tournaments,
Yeah.
the same, and then you're just wasting all the shit for 2,000 people watching that.
Yeah, man.
Come
No,
on.
but you know why it is though. They're hoping that the 2,000 people that were watching that have never followed Blizzard games or have never.
But you don't see it then either.
Yeah.
Well, it's the people that
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
they're-
Cool. So tell me that. So the people, I think I know what you're saying. Like if someone watched that and other people getting like notification that
That's
they
correct.
are watching that, right?
That's right.
But
yeah.
to be honest, all the guys watching that on Facebook kind of don't have like 60,000 friends on Facebook, I guess.
Like
So that's
you're right. I mean, you're right. They've went down a rabbit hole that probably isn't going to lead to any treasure. But like, I have seen these Blizzard streams on Facebook myself, and you watch the conversations that are happening in the comments, and it isn't people that have ever played a MOBA, or it isn't people that haven't like seen it. So it's Blizzard's trying to get exposure to new players, and I get that.
I think it's totally fine for me. But why then not on Twitch?
Yeah, well,
That makes no sense.
that's no, you're right.
completely no sense.
That's
Like
true.
they did that with HEC, so they had like HEC broadcasting on Twitch and on Facebook. I'm totally fine. I will never watch it on Facebook anyway, so I don't care if it's there. So if they getting some new players with that, fine. I'm lucky with that because I like to see our community grow. But it's like really upset for me to see that not having on Twitch because I maybe would have even watched that on Twitch. I mean, it's still an A, but at least it wasn't in production.
But yeah,
They
no,
should have like
you go
streamed
to-
it both on Twitch and Facebook, but I think like they have an exclusive deal with Facebook, so they can only
Yeah,
stream
they
it on
have something.
Facebook.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Something
think
like
they
that.
had something like that, and
So it
I
was
think
for
they
money.
even, I guess like Facebook promoted Heroes of the Storm kind of for this event. I believe something has to be like that because otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Because if you're watching like or if you're seeing like HEC streams are getting like 20K even more viewers. Like what the fuck? Why would you not stream that on Twitch if you know you will get like the 10th times people on watching that?
Well, I agree on all points. I think
Thanks.
it should have been. There you go. So, King of the Storm. This is what you brought up, Jabroni. You were saying, did we see who won? Who won?
We did see it was Team Expert, ADRD, and his boys' team with Athero Angel as a sub, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed,
Yes.
it was so good.
And
So you guys a fan of it? Did you watch the majority of it, or did you just kind of catch
I
it?
rewatched. I think the whole thingy. I don't really see that semifinals too crazy because it was like obvious who will win it anyways. And I watched that finals games and they were pretty interesting. And if you haven't checked it out, you should do that, guys, because King of the Storm, really awesome tournament, really awesome production as well. I like that crew. They're doing a lot of stuff for the community, and they're giving away like shit ton of raffles. And I know somebody who actually won something, right?
Get more out of here! I got myself a, they're not here yet, but I got myself a pair of headphones So
Oh yes.
the
yeah.
Plantronics, I use them at work.
And
I was like, what?
and viewers, you could too, and you could too by paying attention. I think this is the first year of King of the Storm as well.
Yes, it was the first season and the first time they actually did an Heroes of the Storm tournament. And I think for the first time they did very well. And I'm really hoping to see more stuff like that coming in for the future, because right now we're only having Blizzard tournaments with pro players involved, kinda. And if you would see like more tournaments from other companies, other organizations in the future, that would be super, super awesome to have. And I'm really looking forward to that.
In the same way that My Insanity sponsored Heroes Lounge, and that our amateur community here in Europe are getting to play for prizes here too.
Indeed.
Yeah, boy.
I think my highlight had to be the cut to the Murder Slayer. Do you know the girl that they kept cutting to like do the introductions? Like it was just, it was just, I don't know. You can't even describe it. It was just hilarious because English isn't her first language, and I don't think she had a script to read from. And like her job was just to tell who had won the raffles and stuff. But it was just this like such a choppy thing from such a like streamlined production. But I just loved it. It gave it character.
I think so too. I think like so too. She was like not so knowing what to do for something for some instances. I thought, but
when it's awkward,
it made
it's
it
great.
like really like feeling like a family and friendly way of the stream. It really did a lot of like harmony stuff. I really liked it.
Do you guys remember when Heroes of the Storm had their first World Championships in I think it was 2014? It was in November 2014, and it was Cloud9 that won it. And do you remember they had that female that they cut to all the time then?
Anna Possa?
Yeah, and she was trying to interview people, and like they had technical difficulties, and she must have had to try and like stall, you know, for about like 45 minutes, and she started like interviewing people in the audience and stuff. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm sitting watching on Twitch, and at one point she had like the Dunk Train's mum on stage. I'm not even joking. And she's going, "What do you think about your son as a pro gamer?" And she's all like, "It's really great. We're here in Anaheim." It was so funny.
So, do you guys have an opinion on the casting of King of the Storm? Did you think it was good having Boogie, the guy from Counter-Strike, because Kendrick was having to oversimplify everything? Or did you find it got a little annoying because he kept thinking Greymane was dying when it was actually the clone of Abathur?
Oh.
So what did you like it, Galnegunnar?
They should have switched to another caster. They had like Trixler, like one qualifier, I think.
And
it was really
Tetcher.
good.
It was Tetcher.
Tetcher. If they had Tetcher and Kendrick, I think it would have been really good. If he had the time to do it, that is. But I think like Boogie's a really good caster, but he does nothing about the game. So it's kind of like debating.
That's very similar to me then.
That's I have to say he really learned a lot during over this 4 or 5 weeks of having that tournament. But of course he has like no really knowledge of that game, and even any of our Division 5 players have like 10,000 times more knowledge of this game and what to do and what not to do. And he was like the entertaining part of this game, and even that was kind of hard because he had like little knowledge of this game and couldn't really different like what the heroics doing and stuff like that. He had a little knowledge, but I think he was overall was a good thing to have him because he was like the like a foundation of the ESEN network. And I think it was good to have someone from their own production to actually do stuff and introduce them as well, because of course they want a caster from their own kind of organization to do stuff in that. And I think it was a good thing to introduce them like that, but maybe not for all of the matches. Maybe they could have just invited like something like Grubby, Thatcher, anyone for the finals kind of. For the finals, like they have like Kendrick and someone else because everyone knows already Kendrick then, and then you can just add someone else to have like the perfect production ready for finals, stuff like that. But I think overall it's just was pretty good to have him. He was a funny guy, he is a funny guy, and I think he is a really a cute one as well to entertain someone. He had some like his voice is just kind of sometimes a little bit annoying, but sometimes just really good and awesome. I think it's a really cool dude. and with some more training or with some more knowledge of this game, that could be an awesome caster actually. And I think that's what we need more in Heroes, definitely.
Yeah,
I really liked him as a caster.
You need a pleasant experience, but also you do need a foundation of the game behind it. Yeah.
If he had a few games on every hero, he probably would have been in a better state than where he was.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. But yeah, it was good. But 100% agree with you about the finals. It would have been good having somebody who does know, because like I said, he kept being like, "Oh no, Wubby's down," or whatever, and it wasn't. It was the clone of Abathur, and Wubby was in fact down, but it didn't mean anything because he was a freaking clone. So, but yeah, it was really good overall. And like I said, I won myself a headset, so I'm not complaining. And I think it's in the post.
So that's fine. I've got to move us along because we've accidentally slipped into half an hour already, which is like ridiculous.
Whoa!
I hate accidentally slipping into things.
Oh Jesus!
Oh my god!
So what I was going to say was Open Division. Are we able to talk about this?
Yeah, we can just make it quick. Like,
Let's
Open
make it quick,
Division happened yesterday, on Monday and Tuesday, obviously, and the Monday thing was kind of actually delayed because in the middle of the tournament, completely every server or the whole Heroes and I think even Diablo StarCraft servers completely crashed and went down for I think like 2 hours or such.
Oh yeah.
And they needed to delay the tournament to today and it's Tuesday, sorry. It was like really upset because everyone was like, what the fuck is happening? And some teams didn't even play once yesterday, so they were kind of debated. But yeah, Grubby made an awesome what the fuck moments entertaining stream out of that. So it was a funny thing to see. But yeah, obviously Open Division was kind of delayed because of huge server crashes.
And from within the lounge, was there lounge teams representing? And
yeah, sure. My Insanity again lost in the first round because we clowned super hard in those games. And oh my god, I don't even want to talk about that. It was so painful for me to play and watch. And if I would look back at them, I was just like.
But it just goes to show how like convincingly good the gameplay is in the HGC Open Division. Like the teams are very competent, they're very good, and that's or you just clowned that hard. I don't know.
I think it was super hard clowning, and I think both games were winnable, and but it was just like super grief from all of our team members. So. We're looking forward to Fat 5 on Thursday, so we will kick their asses at least.
Hey, there you go. That's a fighting talk. So there we go. Okay. Is there anything we need to discuss in that? Because we need to move on.
No,
I don't think so.
What do you guys think of the production value? Do you like it? Do you think it could take a leaf out of the Heroes Lounge book and get a bit of production values?
No, the production value.
How would you say it in Swedish?
Production value?
Oh, God, so boring in Swedish.
Or do you want to know the Swedish of production value?
The joke's gone, man. The joke's
gone.
I
want to know.
Okay, let's hear it. How do you say production values in Swedish?
Produktionskvalitet.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Spam chat next time you see production value when a game's going on.
Yeah.
Fictional's probably doing a game right now, casting a game. Spam it with the Swedish.
You'll have to type it out when we're on air with this. You got to type it out for us, Galnegunnar. All right, and then we'll all spam it.
All right.
Okay, so that takes us to our next feature. Let me just get rid of that for a second. Our next feature, where is it? Oh my god.
Production values, eh, boys?
Yeah, hold on. I know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go.
Sure.
Here we go. Let me have a Thinkaroonie, you noob. Love it. It's so good. You see, it's so good. Anyway, Let Me Have a Thinkaroonie, you noobs is a section of the show where we get a member of the professional community to come in and we ask our community to submit questions to us. They can do that via #HotsLounge. They can. Oh, that's brilliant! I just saw it up there in the Twitter. Nera, good man. Yeah, so we ask our team captains and everything to get in touch and message myself or Jabroni or Nera or put it on Twitter like this, and then we'll collate them for the community. This week, however,
Who do we have this week?
Yeah, who do we have? We've got Buds from Team 8, from the North American. He's the support player, yeah. So
the team which are currently second in HGC, tied. I think it's basically a tied 6-1 with first place. So
you could definitely say they're the best team in NA right now.
So
they're very, very good.
So there we go. So let's roll VT. That stands for videotape. From Team 8, I'm Halloween. I've got with me Jabroni.
Hello.
Hey guys.
This is the section of our show that we call "Let Me Have a Thinkaroony, you noobs," where questions are brought to us, posed by some of the team captains within our European league, and we bring it to the esports community to see if we can get someone to teach us noobs
somebody with an idea to teach.
So that's the concept behind this. So I've actually got some questions here from some of the teams in our Heroes Lounge. Okay, so we got brought a question from one of the team captains of in fact not one of the team captains, the team captain of NX Gaming, which is a team in our second division, and his name's Slapjack NPNP, and he said, have you got any tips for support players, like to start or improve when playing support? What are the most important things to focus on in the beginning?
Well, I'd probably just watch some pro games first off, just watch some pro games, probably Korean games, but and then they're just the best. But just play it a lot, just spam quick match with your friends, just play. That's how you get better, improve. But
so just
that's what I did pretty much. Just play it, just keep going.
Just play through the bad games and just keep going, keep playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the second question that he had for us was, how did you like it in Katowice? And were you happy with your team's performance and the results that you got?
Yeah, actually, I really liked it there. I thought it was pretty awesome. It was my first time in Europe too, so.
Jabroni was actually there for that. He went along to interview Kaldor on our first podcast, and
it was decent. I'm pretty sure I saw you guys waiting at the side of the stage, but I was like, I don't want to go ask for a picture. They're way to go on stage. They're getting in the zone, man. I can't go up there.
You didn't want to disturb your peace.
Yeah, I didn't want to go fanboying it and then be in there like. Yeah, so I stayed away. But yeah, were you happy with your performance? And
yeah, we actually. It was our first international event, so we didn't really expect too much. So we're just we'll just do our best and just be happy that we're getting international play. And I guess it just went better than we expected, so we were all pretty happy. So top 4.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So Physics Man, who plays for the team Dark Angels, he asks us, what do or don't teammate do that enabled him to be a top NA team?
So we're all pretty much just a group of friends playing together, kinda. That's how it kind of feels in comms and stuff. We all get along really well, and I guess we just scrim a lot and just keep trying to improve, pretty much. Just give quality feedback to each other. That's pretty much it. Just practicing a lot together.
So, I mean, that's having a friendly relationship and being able to be cool with each other. That seems to help a lot. When you look at the NA's position against other regions such as Europe or Korea, do you think anything's holding North America back?
We're definitely being held back, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's because, I know I don't really like playing Hero League, and maybe it's because the multiple server thing. I'm not really sure. So if it'd be better quality games, but maybe just practicing more. I don't know.
Do you think NA is possibly able to take the lead again during the mid-season brawl or even at BlizzCon?
I think it'll take some time, so probably not the not the mid-season brawl, but maybe around BlizzCon if things change, hopefully. But time will tell.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. There you go, teammate throwing it out there. I like it. Okay, so what's this is also from Physics Man. He was saying, what's your opinion of NA pros not playing or taking Hero League seriously and only playing custom games in Storm Elite League?
So, I'm pretty sure like most NA pros agree with me. Like Hero League's kind of just like a clown fiesta, as most people I guess would call it. The quality of the games are like really low, so you'd pretty much the only way you could get a really quality Hero League game is you get all of the pros to queue up at once and just try and play together. But you'd also have to queue on the same server because there's like West and Central server. But so that's why there's the SELs, which just for like top players pretty much in HGC pros, just to get like better games, and, you know, the quality practice, I guess.
So you don't end up with everyone trying to play Gazlo and stuff.
Yeah, because you see that in a lot in the streams is the people who are streaming are looking for their mates to start searching Hero League at the same time, hoping that they're going to get in a
They try and snipe each other.
Yeah, try and get in a good getting an actual good game with other pros rather than just like random people. Because I can imagine it being very annoying. But,
moving on, the next question is actually from Fictional Aroma, who's one of our casters here at Heroes Lounge. He says, we see in HGC and other tournaments that Malf is overly dominant. What can be done about it? That's what his question is.
Twilight Dream's just busted, I think. It's a very impactful ult. He's just really good sustain, and CC's utility's good. The root, maybe tone down the silence a little bit. I'm not really good at like bouncing and stuff like that, but maybe do that.
Do you think his roots are one of the main issues as well? Like the way you can almost spam roots, you can shut down a lot of aggressive plays and things.
True, I think that's actually a good point. I think how long the root lasts is a little bit too long too, just a wee bit too long. Like.
Okay, so we've got another question from him. It says, where does ETC's minus 10% win rate come from? Is it a case that players need to get reused to the mechanics, or is a rebuff needed? Now, I realise this is a tank-related question, but it was proposed, so I'll put it out there.
Gotta get Justin over here. I'm not sure, because I know he recently got nerfed too, which was like pretty unnecessary. But yeah, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Well, the follow-up to that was, does Justin have an opinion on the new ETC? Have you heard? Does he like it?
Oh yeah, no, he's pretty mad. He's like, why did they do this?
I know.
So we're scrimming on live, so he's like, I can't mess with my calcs because HGC is going to be played on the previous patch to the nerfs. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we've got an interesting one here for you. Now you're gonna have to think about this. So, if you could rework Lily, what would you consider doing to her to like make her valuable again? Like, do you have any thoughts on Lily?
I haven't really thought too much about her. I think she's actually pretty fun to play.
That's what we hear people say. You know, she's fun.
Yeah. Jug's really good ultimate, but I'm not sure. Maybe because her healing's pretty bad, just by like holding down your Q button and hoping it hits people that are getting low. But so maybe probably just would have to like change her Q.
Make it target.
Yeah. Targetable, or maybe heal a little bit more too, because it's pretty bad. But it is spammable, so.
Yeah.
So now we asked Quack next to this in Team Fnatic, and we asked Breeze a week later about this, and they all had a similar opinion, but none of them are support. And you're a support player, so I'm interested in this, right? Should cleanse be made baseline for all heroes, or each hero being given a unique version of it? What's your thoughts on this?
Ooh, a unique version would be pretty cool, I think, but
like Karazim, for example, you know.
Yeah, like the 16 dash Q. I actually kind of like the unique version. I think it'd just be kind of cool. Like I know Uther's kind of with the changes. I guess he's kind of getting his own cleanse where he like autos That's at least what I read on Reddit.
We've all been discussing this. Well, we're going to come to that later if we didn't address it. We were going to say, what's your thoughts on the Uther rework? Because it looks incredible.
But yeah, baseline cleanse, obviously, do you think it would have to be, obviously it would have to be a lower talent than the 16 that Karazim gets, because as people say, you've lost the game by 16, if you don't have cleanse.
Yeah, but the other thing is, Breeze, he argued, well, the way it is currently is that only certain heroes have cleanse, so that gives them extra value. So if you gave every hero cleanse, it would nullify the value of cleanse, and
True.
So I don't know, but we're curious to get your opinion. And you've give every hero a unique cleanse. I think that's great.
Yeah.
So I'll take that answer. That's
I think
fine.
it'd make it more interesting too.
From a player called Sardonic from Zembar Esports, he asks, what are Bud's thoughts on Blizz stating in the latest Q&A that they want to move away from healing-based supports and towards more utility?
So I actually didn't really hear about that. My brother came out to me and told me about that. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that, but I actually thought that was pretty cool. I kind of like the idea, like just more utility style.
Yeah, you've got like Zarya's shield, and then you've got
shields.
Lucio kind of coming in with more kind of like that's definite utility for sure.
Yeah, the speed and stuff. Yeah.
So you're happy to see more of that?
Yeah, I would like to see more of that. Yeah.
Oh well, that's cool. That's a good answer. So one of our web developers, Ricky. Oh God, it's a great question. I mean, Ricky says, "Did you deserve your nickname just by drinking nothing but Budweiser?" And then he says, "Also thank him for all the points he's earned him on Roster Apocalypse." So.
Hey, no problem, man.
So Budweiser, yeah, you a fan?
No, not really. But I mean, I'll have it here and there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if the opportunity passes,
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. How do you pronounce that, Jabroni? What would you say?
Astreus
from, and I'm presuming that's deported support.
Yeah, I just copy and pasted it.
Because it says deport support there, but the team that I'm aware of is deported support. She says, can you ask him how he feels about the current state of Varian?
Maybe another one for adjusting.
Yeah.
Kind of answer. I think he's actually pretty good right now too. His like shield wall build, the first first 3 talents. I actually still think he's pretty viable situationally. So
you think he's viable and you like taunt?
Yeah. It just blocks a lot of damage. Still, you can with the parry. The parry's really good.
Well,
he actually can do a lot of damage too.
See, as a support player, if you're playing Malf, you must be quite excited about getting a Varian on your team, so you can get the double stun root kind of combo on the go there, and
chain CC. Yeah.
So creates a lot of opportunities for you. So you're happy with Varian in his current state?
Yes. I think Justin would have more of a say, but I think he's still pretty good right now.
Because I think the main debate now is his level 4, isn't it? That you've got the shield wall, and then you've got this. It's not a stun; it's a slow. And the problem is, if you give him back the stun, then you get a crazy hero who can absolutely stun lock you.
Keep the mic at you.
But other people are saying that he's in a good state because shield wall was always really good, but people didn't pick it because stun was overpowered. So he maybe needs something, but I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not Blizz.
You're not Blizz.
I'm not.
So Bread Bucket from Team James Baker. I don't know if you've heard of. We've got a team over here. Where everyone in the team's called James Baker, and there's a whole meme going on there. It's quite funny. Anyway, so Bread Bucket from Team James Baker, he says, will we ever see Probius in competitive HOTS?
I think we will, because I know we've been scrimming and he's been kind of pulled out a couple times. He's really good siege, and that's pretty much what you pick him for, like maybe solo lane, something like that. Just push the lane a bunch. But I think his ult, I forgot what it's called,
Pylon Overload.
Yeah, I think that one's like really strong, very strong. So.
Or the null gates, the other one.
Is it Pylon Overload?
Yeah,
it's Pylon something.
I think the gate sucks, but the other one's really good. But the hero's still pretty bad. I think we'll maybe see him like once or twice, unless he gets buffs.
So I've got a few questions that as well that aren't from any team. I guess they are from a team because I'm in a team. So they are from Jabroni in Focus Halloween.
Okay.
And Jabroni has come and he said, Fnatic have said Rhaegar is mostly a pickup because of cleanse. They don't overly rate him as a healer. Do you think Tyrande would be a solo support pickup more often if she did have cleanse?
Maybe, because she doesn't have the best healing, but because you kind of just pick her for the rotation like picks and stuff like that, just the chain CC, the mark, the vision. But I could see it. It would help her solo support, yeah. But as a solo support, it'd be kind of hard. But overall, I think it would help more, yeah. Having cleanse on 7.
That's what they say as well, because you can't buffer too much because is it in your opinion that Starfall is broken as well? Do you know the thing is, like, you don't see enough of Tyrande because, as you say, like solo support, she struggles a little bit, but whenever she is used in a team composition, I always see her near enough becoming an assassin, and she's deadly. She's wrecking fools. She's got a strong stun and AoE. It's
the mark. Yeah, she's actually my favorite hero too. I love playing her.
Oh, really? Favorite hero?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was going to be one of the questions. What's your favorite support? We've got that one now.
Nice.
So, as a support player, what's your feelings towards the removal of duo queue in Hero League?
Oh my! I'm so mad. It's so hard to solo support because you're just trying to carry your team as a support, and it just doesn't work. Like, you have to pretty much play Malf because Dream's so impactful in team fights, or Lucio because his ult's insane too. But I really want them to bring duo Q back. I think it would just make the games better again too. Like, I mean, I could go on about.
Please go on. Like, I see, this is what we love,
they
right?
should have one server, because I know Europe has one server, right, too. So it's like all the players would be queuing on one server. So the top players from the 200 GM players would actually be getting against each other, and not queuing on West. So the West players are on West versing each other. The Central players are on Central versing each other. The games are split. I don't know. They just need one server. Bring back duo queue.
And then you'd be happy.
Yeah, I'd be happy. And also the placement thing's kind of bad. So you're versing random like Diamond 3 players can kind of get carried up to like Master and stuff, and then just hang around Master games and. Yeah.
There is no bitterness that I can detect in your tone. Don't worry.
So do you think that's a kind of one of the positives is out of the kind of solo queue is that the people who were getting carried up are now no longer able to, because you see some people in Diamond who, you watch their stream and you're like, how are you in Diamond? Like, do you know what I mean? It just baffles you. But I don't know, do you think that is the one good thing to come out of solo queue, is that people will not be carried to Master, like you said?
Yeah, I guess that's a good thing too. So you can't really just I'd say it is kind of. But I just miss duo queue because I could just play with Justin and we could do ETC Tyrande and just carry the game.
Just unlock fools.
Just pick everyone.
Amazing. So back to HGC. Have you got any thoughts about the upcoming season? Because I mean, what was it? You finished second, I think, with a tied record of 6-1. So have you made any changes, or are you kind of keeping the same system that worked for you last season?
It's pretty much the same system. Just still practicing a lot. But yeah, well, we have Priz kind of playing more flex stuff again, because he was kind of a reg one trick. So he's playing more heroes now.
That's always going to be helpful then. So in this question, you obviously don't have to answer it because it may be, I don't know, it may affect contracts or something. But have you had any interests from organisations? Because, you know, Misfits, they have signed with Team Liquid now in Europe, and Misfits said the reason is we're looking to pick up an NA team. Have you had any kind of interest, or are you happy not having the interest and not having the pressure?
Well, we've been getting offers, but we're just kind of just taking our time still, just waiting it out a little bit.
It's not transfer deadline day yet. We don't know then. Oh.
So yeah. Still,
heard it here first.
Still
Heroes
in the
Lounge.
talks. Still in the talks.
Nice one.
Heard it here first.
So my final question was, how are you hyped for Heroes 2.0? Are you kind of sick of thinking that there's going to be a lot of emojis, there's going to be some BM sprays and stuff like that, or are you kind of hoping because you want the sport to grow, you want it to get bigger because you're at the top of the sport?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Just all the new skins, the loot boxes just look fun. Sprays, the banners, just everything they're adding looks awesome.
Sorry,
as long as it's fine. As long as you can disable some sprays in case people just spam stuff and it kind of gets annoying. But other than that, it looks amazing. I'm really excited.
It's interesting you say that because that was all I was going to interject with. Is Jabroni brought this up in the podcast last week that it could almost be used in a toxic way, but even beyond the toxic way, like when you're trying to focus on an already hyped up super hectic team fight where it comes down to the microsecond for like getting abilities off and stuff, and there's like flags being dropped down and like sprays are going everywhere and you can't see anything on screen, and some guys like power sliding off the map and you're like, what the hell's going on? It could become difficult and folk will want to disable it. So it's interesting to hear a pro player has that view, but what we concluded in the end was that getting the Tracer's animated spray that says pew 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 would just be too fun to throw over a corpse when you kill them. Like
that would be pretty fun.
But thinking about it now, they're gonna take away most of the fun from you guys, aren't they? Because with your tournament accounts, you get all the skins and stuff unlocked. You're gonna have to get your alt accounts for all the loot boxes to get that kind of gambling feeling.
The gambling feeling. You're a gambler, bud. True. That's what we know. Wisconsin's treated you well, so just So your final thoughts, Heroes 2.0. You're saying yes. You like it.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it looks awesome.
Right.
Tasty.
Do you want to do your Jabroni quick fire round of questions?
Do you want quick fire questions? It's only like they're just stupid ones. Obviously situational. Okay. So you don't need to think too much about it, just the first thing that comes into it, not the first thing, the first answer.
Okay.
So the first one, damage Karazim, sometimes, always, never.
Always.
Ancestral or Bloodlust?
Ancestral.
Duo Q with Justing or Glau?
Justin.
Scrims or SEL?
Scrims.
Lily's Jugs or Oriel's Blinding Flash?
Jugs.
Yeah!
Miller or Bud?
Sorry, what was that?
Miller or Bud? Miller Lite or Bud?
Miller.
Oh!
Jesus.
My God, it's Miller time.
Well, thanks. That was the quick questions.
Okay.
But we forgot to say at the start of it, plug your stream as well.
What's your stream address? How do our viewers find you?
It's Twitch TV / or .twitch. Twitch TV, or I don't remember, /Buds though.
Buds,
just with 2 S's, so BUDSS.
We'll get a tasty
I'll put
transition
on
the bottom as well with a link to it.
So that's cool. So thanks very much for joining us this week, Buds.
Yep, I hope it didn't take too much of your time up. But are you streaming today? You got scrims today?
No scrims today, so I probably will be streaming. So yeah.
Dece. It's a very good. I'll vouch for him. It's a very good stream. You should watch it because he'll play supports that you request and all this stuff. And if you want to learn anything about sports, which you should, then jump on that stream.
That's the place to check it.
Yeah. Transition back. Okay, now I'll do a transition back. Oh, hang on. I've got to click that and then click transition and then.
Just do it.
Okay.
Don't let your memes be dreams.
There we go, and we're back. So that was Buds from Teammate, and he was fantastic.
Some good questions and some even better answers. Or the other way around. Some good answers, but some even better questions. Thank you, Heroes Lounge community.
Yeah, that's the thing, is the community are really what make this special, and you guys getting in touch and supporting the podcast is what makes it all worthwhile. So keep us going, keep us going. And if you want to follow Buds or this, remember it's Heroes Lounge. Well, I'll put the stuff up below.
Stick the stuff up, but yeah, have a look at Bud Scream. As we said, it's really good. Normally he'll play a support for you. If you're just sitting in chat, you don't even need to be a subscriber. But
so we're ready. I got to keep us moving on because we're so wildly behind again. Every week we get rubbish like this. Right. Okay. So our next feature is the juicy play of the week.
Oh yes!
Play of the week.
Oh yeah!
And this week's juicy play was brought to us by Survival of Team Yin Yang, and this was in the final moments of his first game in their series against the enemy team, which was the Disruptors, and that happened this week in Heroes Lounge. So let's roll VT. That stands for video.
What
chat.
that is?
You were away to ask, were you? Were you away to ask? What's that stand for? Okay, so what we have here is we've got an Immortal, we've got 5 players, they're pushing with the objective. Yin Yang are moving in, they're attacking the fort. The fort looks like it's taking some serious damage, but they're going to probably just get the fort and back off. No, they're not! They're continuing to push! They are taking a risk and going for it! And a sanctification's dropped, but it's not enough to save his life. Unfortunately, he goes down as there's a second death! There is a second death! The Yin Yang are still progressing. They're going on. Oh my god, is Tyrell going to make it away? He gets away by the skin of his teeth. Rhaegar's diving over at the fountain there to try and get some sippy cup, but is it going to be enough to save Tyrell? No, it's not! Tyrell goes down. Yin Yang are unstoppable. They're continuing to push forward. They're going to try and take a keep. Surely they can't do this. Surely not. The Immortal's still alive, so they're going to try. So they're going to keep going for the keep. They've got 3 opponents already dead, but the cooldowns are coming down. So players are back alive. They're going to have to defend here against Yin Yang. Yin Yang are continuing to push. We have the worst camera angle I've ever seen during a replay. Never mind, Survival, you've got Juicy Play of the Week with this one because your team are still alive, still pushing core, still got the objective. And are we going to see the end of the game here? Yes, we are. Juicy Play of the Week. There we go. So that was the Juicy Play of the Week. And what did we think of that, boys?
Oh, it was great. That was bloody great. 10 out of 10 from me.
Oh, it was really good because...
Yeah, 6.5 out of 10 from me.
Oh,
No comeback
IGN.
mechanic.
So, well,
actually, there was no comeback mechanic for the opponent, so...
But you know, the thing is, though, is when you win the objective on Battlefield of Eternity and you're going for the first fort, you expect to take the wall, maybe get the fort, and then you have to back off. That's like generally how it's played, and they were unstoppable. They just took the fort and then kept going, took the next wall, then kept going, took the keep, kept going, and then still had their Immortal and went for the core.
It was almost rude.
Didn't even need survivors for that.
It was almost rude.
It was almost rude at some point. They're like, come on, guys, back up. No, okay, right, keep going. But
Just keep going. The only thing they could have done that would have been more rude was a B step. Like, it was incredible. So no, but it was a good example of a forceful, aggressive play, and it was great play here in the Heroes Lounge. I think it was Division 3. Yes, it was. It was Division 3, and that's just going to show the level of play there. So that's excellent. Now we have our next feature, which is Jabroni's.
It's my feed of the week. Like I said last week, get in touch and submit your feeds of the week because the best, any and all feeds are welcome, but the best will be shown here. So here it is, the feed of the week.
Jabroni's Feed of the Week.
Expect no less than total victory.
There we go. Was that a good feed of the week?
Juicy.
Oh my god.
That was a very good feed of the week.
Juicy.
Juicy. Right.
Juicy Vala.
Okay, so and that then at this point takes us to the end. I think is that us? We've managed an hour and like 15 minutes or so to get to the end. So that's been episode 4 this week. Right. If you guys. Honestly, if you could get your questions in or your news topics or anything that you want us to discuss or go over in as early as possible to allow us to get the production together, that would be great. You can always, as I've already mentioned, tweet us or message us direct in the Discord. And remember to check the website regularly for map bans or heroes changes and bugs, and also to get your games in on the calendar and to see who's playing. I mean, there's a lot of games that, unlike previous seasons, you used to be able to just go to the calendar and see who was playing, and you might want to say, oh, I'd like to see Stormstout Riri, or I'd like to see Sarand, or Focus Halloween, yeah, or My Insanity, or Gaming in the Rhythm. You might want to see these teams playing, and you have a look in the calendar. But this season, there is so many teams, so many active teams as well, that the calendar's very busy. So you're definitely not short on any Heroes of the Storm or Heroes Lounge entertainment to watch.
So yeah, get in there and show the casters some love.
That's it.
But yeah, have you had fun, Galnegunnar?
Yeah, it was pretty fun to join.
And
I had a great time.
We're glad to have you here, Galnegunnar, because you play a mean Tychus. We've watched you play a mean Tychus.
Oh, is Galnegunnar split push Tychus?
I think.
I don't play Tychus though.
Oh no!
Debated.
Debated. So wait, no. So I thought were you not the split push Tychus that we used to see in Gaming in the Rhythm? I thought. Who is it that plays Tychus in your team then?
It's usually Texi, I think, or Bjorn, or Haft last season, but now he plays support. So.
Right. So, gaming out of the rhythm with no Tychus. There we go. There we go. Tears of joy as he moves on to better gameplay.
I haven't played game in the rhythm though with Tychus on one single game, I think, in the last season.
What?
They've
have
used it once.
They've only used it
Otherwise,
once.
we always use it the bigger they are.
Yeah.
Faded.
Oh my gosh. So, well, we're glad that you've been here, Galnegunnar, and we're glad you've had a nice time. Nera, you got any closing comments?
It's so awesome to have Galnegunnar with us. So good.
Galnegunnar, there you go.
Galnegunnar, there we go. So, if we're wanting him back, give us love, and we might bring him back. So, the audience, it's in your hands if we're bringing this mad Swedish man back into the podcast. So, okay, well, thank you, everyone. We gotta go. Again?
No, it's good.
People
Woody Woodpecker. God damn it.
So good.